body and just feed myself, feed my soul, and get back into a healthy mindset again. So those don't feel bad sometimes if that happens. If you have like a false start and a restart and a false start and a restart, you could just always have it in your mind, like not to stress yourself out at all, but just like, what can I do next time? Or what can I do? What should I do? If you want to do it, you want to be healthy. So if you're noticing a pattern of like bad eating or certain eating habits, in order to stop the pattern, you need to think about it. Not to stress yourself out, but just to think like logically. Like, okay, if I want to be healthy and I want to be a good role model for my kids and be a good role model for others and have a healthy mindset, it's going to transform and transcend into my life in every way, shape, and form. Spiritually, physically, mentally, you're going to feel better. You have to focus on the outcome of it. What is the outcome that you want to achieve? You want to achieve a better you. And you can't really foresee the future of what exactly is going to transpire. But you can, in your mind, dream. Try to think about it. This is what I'm getting right now, is try to think about how your body is going to look. How you're going to feel every day waking up with good sleep and good, like with a strong body that is healthy. And a smile on your face, and you're going to be proud of yourself when you look in the mirror. You're going to be proud of the people around you that emulate you, whether that's your kids or your friends or just strangers. That just when I said strangers, something happened today that like really like shook me, because I'm not around people a lot. Like I'm like, I have my kids at home and I see, I just go in and out of places, but I was doing DoorDash today, and oh, by the way, I have like I think I have 75 or 74 orders, so I'm doing it. I have a big huge time slot that I got to schedule for tonight from like 5 to midnight or something, and I could even go beyond that probably. So I'm doing really well. I think I might be able to get the 100 orders like ahead of time, ahead of schedule, but I might just do like an all-nighter just to get it done, because I'm like so focused on doing that. It's like it drives me every day. So, okay, so I have 2 things to talk about, maybe even more, but so have short-term goals along with your long-term goals. You don't want to look so far into the future that you get overwhelmed and you can't see any outcome come about. You can fantasize and dream about what your summer is going to look like or whatever. But you have to start the work now in order for that to achieve that goal. But in the meantime, you can have short-term goals like I want to exercise every day. And so every day you can think, okay, did I exercise today? Every day you can think, did I eat healthy today? So it's those short-term goals of what is happening right now. What can I do right now in order to achieve that long-term goal, or that goal of 3 months from now? So you just notice your habits. What habits am I doing right now that are going to interfere with that goal or achieve that goal? And every day, that's a goal that you want to achieve. You want to achieve good eating habits today, now. You want to achieve, I was hearing sleep. You want to achieve that 8 hours of sleep. You want to rest, take care of yourself. You want to exercise. You want to do more things that will make you feel happy every day, but not in a negative way, in a positive way. Okay, so that was one thing I wanted to talk about. The other thing I wanted to talk about just ties in with that as well. So today when I was doing DoorDash, I'm on my grind. Like, I have this whole, Earth Healer movement. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a hustler. I'm a go-getter. I'm ambitious. I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm strategic. I learn. I research. I listen to others. I listen to people that achieve big things, and I adjust my mindset according to what I've learned, and I'm very intentional on what I'm doing. I'm a smart person. I don't just do things because I know this. I've studied psychology and how the brain works and everything. Like, I know that I'm not ego driven. What I'm doing is not for my own ego. It does build my confidence and my self-esteem and I want to grow. I want to learn. I know that I'm never going to be perfect or to know everything. But I know what I know because I've studied and I've learned. And it's from my own experience and it's from God. So it's like, when I come across people that underestimate me and lower me, like they compare themselves to me and they dismiss me like I'm nothing, like I'm stupid. And it's because of their own ego. When they don't even know me, it's like they're prejudging me and they have no clue who I am or what I'm about. And you wouldn't see it because I don't walk around like with a big ego. I'm very humble. When I walk around, I'm so easygoing. I look like I'm not hurrying most of the time. Well, maybe I do. Right now, I'm in such a mode, like a beast mode, because I'm trying to achieve this goal of mine with the 100 orders. So at times I could look very focused and very determined and very, like when I'm driving or something, I might look like I'm in a hurry, or when I'm walking, I might look like I'm in a hurry. But I'm very relaxed and easygoing and just going with the flow. Like, I don't get upset or irritated or annoyed or like most people would when they're like those go-getter types, right? There's a certain mindset, a mentality that like, it's almost like a New Yorker, like where they're very rude to people and they're so like focused on their goals. This is not like saying that every New Yorker is like this. I'm saying like the stereotype of like a city person, where they're like walking over homeless people and like they're like on their cell phone and like they don't care about people. They're like so focused and self-centered. So I'm just saying that stereotype of a person, because I am not saying that New Yorkers are that way at all. I'm just saying this stereotype that I've heard of, okay? And that we've all heard of, like in movies or whatever. Like a lot of the 80s movies had like these stereotypical, you know, depictions, like a dumb blonde, okay? Like, I'm not a dumb blonde, and like, I don't think that blondes are dumb. Like, that's literally a hair color. That has nothing to do with their brain. And whenever I hear like stereotypes like that, it irritates me. So of course I'm gonna say something about, like, when I say a stereotype, I'm going to defend that stereotype. Anyways, off on a tangent, but okay, so you guys know me, right? Like, if you've seen my videos, I'm a prophet, I'm an earth angel, I'm a I was gonna say a badass, I just like swore, like literally, I'm so intense, right? Like, I am like so ambitious, so like determined, so focused. I don't even, like, I block out the rest of the world so I can achieve great, amazing things. I've blocked out my family, my friend, like the friends that I used to have, everything, because of my transformation, my spirituality, and it's not because I'm a self-centered person. It's because I'm with God. Because I found out who I am. I'm an earth angel. I realized my whole life what it was about and why I was doing the things I was doing and what the purpose was. I didn't understand it all. But now it's crystal clear. Ding on the crystal. Like, hello. So you guys know who I am if you go back and watch my videos from the beginning and see, like, you know, when I became enlightened last year. It was a year now, and it's like an anniversary party for myself, just me, myself, and I. And I just have this like amazement and glow about me because I've come into the realization of God and me and my purpose and my mission and like how I'm supposed to heal humanity, and I'm on this twin flame journey and like all this stuff, right? So let me get back to the story that happened. So I was, you know, so last night I was up until like, oh my God, like 4 a.m. I couldn't go to sleep. I'm a spiritual person. I have ascension symptoms and things. I'm going through a twin flame journey. I can't get the guy off of my brain ever. That's why I have to watch tarot readings all the time. I constantly think about him. So in order to not think about him specifically, like stressing myself out or having anxiety or having any of those issues, I watch tarot readings to calm my mind because it has to do with our twin flame journey. But I'm sick and tired of watching it. But I know that I have to watch it because it calms me down and it makes me focus on my mission. And I'm irritated with the whole twin flame journey, but yet it's amazing and brilliant and beautiful, and it's God. It's like so, it's just the most amazing thing I just love it. Like, it's like everything. I would not want my life to be any other way. It's like, I love our love story. I love what's happening. I love my mission. I love my purpose. I love who I am. Like, I am just like totally like in love with God and me and my journey and my twin and just this whole experience and humanity and just the whole puzzle, the whole everything. If you could hear my excitement, I'm just like, it's everything. So, oh my gosh, there's a weird thing happening with my car. I have to take it in. Oh my God, I was gonna say I want to take it in on Monday because I've been working around the clock doing DoorDash till like 3 in the morning, and last night it was 1 in the morning, and then oh my God, that was a whole issue. I didn't get paid for something where I'm like out in the dark in the middle of the night in this rural area where there's farms, and I hate that. When I knew that could possibly happen, and I accepted the order. So it was like kind of my fault, but I was just willing to do it because I don't know, I'm just like risky like that sometimes. Even though I hate something and I don't want to do it, like, I know that God is with me. And I paused and I looked at it, and I knew that could be a possibility. But I trusted God that He knew that He was protecting me and that I was going to be okay, and that it's okay to face your fears and be uncomfortable. Just like Tony Robbins, he jumps in ice cold water every day to be uncomfortable and to face fears. And that's part of like a growing thing, right? So everything that I do is like intentional and purposeful. And there's like this mindset that I have that is it's a progression, a momentum towards being this world leader kind of thing. Like, this earth healer movement is like what it is all about in my everyday life. Like, everything that I'm doing is pushing me towards this great movement. And as long as my mindset is right and I'm moving in that direction, I'm manifesting that reality. So I don't need to push it and think about it and force it to happen like you would. That's the logical thing. I went to business school. I went to marketing communications, business administration with a concentration in marketing communications. I have a business degree from San Jose State University. I went to school I have so many different degrees and certificates and education on different subjects. I studied fashion design and modeling. I have almost got an AA degree in fashion merchandising at a junior college before I transferred to San Jose State. I was like one class away from getting that. I was a model at that time. I was doing modeling shows at the junior college, and then got discovered by one of the designers that had gone to that school to study design before he transferred or whatever. And he had me walking in runway shows in San Francisco. and I had photographers, and I knew people, and I was doing it in San Francisco. I was working. I worked at a modeling agency. I don't know why I'm giving like my whole resume, but I'm like called to like talk about where my background is and where I'm coming from, and with these talks, and who am I and why. I don't know. But anyways, I have this fashion background. I have this modeling background. I have so much. Like I made furniture. I made from mortise and tenon. Like, I don't know if you guys know what that is, but it's not using any nails. Or it took me a year and a half to design and build and buy wood lumber at the lumber yard, and like big pieces of lumber, and make it into a scrapbook table that I have at home that's like amazing, that I made, that has drawers, and it has a pull-out desk. Like I can use it as a computer table. Like, you guys you've seen it on my videos, I'm sure. It's next to my window. So I built that. I took night classes, and I went every night. I mean, every Wednesday night, because I had a daughter at the time, and that was a thing that I was doing with my sister, because my dad is a woodworker, and we don't have a relationship with our dad, so it was like a sister bonding thing. Anyways, it's something that, you know, I don't take shortcuts in things. I take on big assignments. I try to accomplish things and grow within myself. And if nobody understands what I'm doing, I understand what I'm doing. I understand what I've done in my lifetime that makes me who I am. So I did that. I went to a junior college for a year and a half to create that masterpiece of furniture, right? So I can, there was nothing that anybody did but me. I designed it. I built it. I used used all the tools to make it happen. I learned and built it myself. Okay, so there's that. I also went to, oh my god, it's like so much, like I don't even know, like it's like so much that I've done. It's like I don't even want to get into it, but I guess this is what I'm doing right now. Okay, so because it just seems like too much to say. It's just like ridiculous. Okay, so I also I studied and got certified for a nutritional consultant when I was working in business and marketing, and I at a nutritional supplement company, and I got certified in being a nutritional consultant because I was writing articles to help people with their eating habits or whatever. So I'm certified in that, a nutritional consultant. I also was an interior design specialist, which I was in the beginning stages of becoming an interior designer, but I stopped doing it because of the person that I was working for, and it was just like a whole debacle. So, which I don't use that word. I don't know where that came from, but okay, so I do want to go through this like quickly. But, okay, so I did that. But I was certified in commercial interior design and residential interior design. And I worked with clients and everything. Not that many, but some. I picked out paint colors and stuff like that. I did take color theory classes and all that. I do have degrees in, like, art degrees, like multimedia design and graphic design. I got a bunch of certifications and degrees. I have an AA degree in graphic design, an AA degree in multimedia design, and that was from 2015 at a junior college near me here. And I have certifications in graphic design and multimedia design. And let's see, I worked as a graphic designer and I worked in marketing, communications, and graphic design for, oh my God, a very long time now, like 20 years or so. No, I would say like, it's been an extremely long time, like 25 years. I've been doing graphic design and marketing communications for the last 25 years. That's like, I haven't thought about that in a while. But I'm an entrepreneur now, and I'm a businesswoman. I started an Amazon I'm an Amazon seller. I've done retail arbitrage. I've done, that's buying things at retail and selling them online. I've done all kinds of things, products, and now I'm starting a movement, for a spiritual movement, a movement to create world peace, a humanitarian, because I found out that I'm a master manifester, that I'm able to manifest whatever I want. So of course I'm going to choose something that is going to benefit the world, because I'm an alchemist. I'm an earth angel. I'm an Aquarius. I care about humanity. I care about the world. I want to save our planet from disaster and destruction. I'm at one with God. I'm an earth angel. I'm a prophet, so I can get messages from God to give to the people. It's like I can just go on and on and on. But I don't like to brag about myself. So it's like Spirit was trying to use this woman to have me say all this stuff to you guys. That's what I'm hearing. So anyways, let me get back to the story, which now the story is like not, it is relevant, but I think God did want me to say who I am, because it irritates me when people underestimate me and they have no idea like who I am and what I'm about. So that gets under my skin. But then I think about it and I'm like, how would they know? They wouldn't know unless I tell them. And you can't just tell them. I can't just sit them down and say, do you know who I am? And look at all these things that I've done and all these things that I've achieved. And I haven't even skimmed over, I like literally skimmed the surface of who I am. I can't literally tell people who I am. And then if they believe me, that's a whole nother thing. So it's like, how do I even prove myself? You can't. So you just be quiet. You just don't, and you don't deal with people because they underestimate you. That's who I am. So I look like a chill person that's just floating along like a dumb blonde, like a stereotypical, like, oh, I'm happy and I'm smiling and I'm like, my life is perfect. And that's what people think. I know it because the way that they treat me. I have a gift of knowing. I have a gift of seeing, and people are constantly... okay, what happens is I know what it is. It's like their ego. And that's what I was completely reading this woman at Chipotle. So I'm waiting there to pick up an order, right? And I had been waiting there with other people. And then she comes around, and I was going up to say the name of the order, and then I was coming back, and she was like annoyed with me, I could tell, because I stepped out from where I was. There wasn't much room in that area, and there was a lot of DoorDash people or whatever, they're picking up orders. And I had stepped forward to say the name of the person to the woman that worked there, and then I was stepping back, but there wasn't a lot of room, so she had to move out of the way so I could come back to where I was. And she was like annoyed with me. I could sense that. And then, but I was fine. I get these thoughts and these things, but I don't dwell on it. Like, I don't think she's a bad person, or like, I'm not like thinking about it, right? So I'm just going with what's happening, and I'm fine with everything that happens, because I know there's a purpose for everything. So we're standing there waiting, and she ends up asking me if things are slow for me, like, because we're both doing DoorDash or whatever. And I'm like, no. And she's like, oh, okay. And she starts telling me about how she only has a 7% acceptance rate. So that means that every order that comes in, she keeps declining the order, and she only accepts the ones that she determines that's beneficial for her and worth it to work. And she said, oh, because I only have a 7% acceptance rate. And I'm like, oh. I'm like, how long have you been doing this for? Or maybe I said that before she said that. She said she'd been doing it on and off for 4 years. And that's like the same with me. I've been doing it on and off for that time too. So we're not much different in that way. And then she goes... And I go, well, I've been doing it for a while too, and I learned to just accept everything. And she was like, oh, well, no, why would you do that when, say, it's only like a $4 order and it's 2 miles away or something like that, or 4 miles away? Why would you accept that? And I was telling her, because she asked me why, right? I was like, well, then you could get because this is what happened, is I got my order and I was starting to walk out. That's how we started talking, is that I had to come, I literally just got an order, and I was about to say that I got the order to confirm the pickup. And then I saw that there was another order that came in for the same location, different customer. So I accepted it, and then I turned around and I was standing there again. So to her, I said, oh, I just got another order, so I'm, still here. And then that's when she asked me, have things been slow for you? Like, we just started a conversation. And so she was acting in her ego state of mind. I could tell that. Like, after our conversation, she irritated. She was like, I was annoyed with her negativity, and that she didn't listen to what I was saying, and she didn't want to listen to my advice at all. She was like arguing with me. And I was just like irritated by it, because she asked for my advice and then she didn't want to take it. And she basically was saying that she was smarter than I was, and that she didn't want to do what I was doing because, like, what I was doing is stupid. Basically, that's what she was saying. And I was telling her why I was doing it that way, that I just got multiple batches, right? I just got 2 orders at one time. That, she's like, oh, are you a top dasher? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, oh, is this your only job? She's like, oh, is this your only job? And I'm like, no. And she's like, oh, me neither. I don't do this all the time, so I'm just going to pick and choose like what I want to do. And I don't think that's, why would you accept those orders when it's not like worth it? Because you're only getting like $2 an hour. Like, that's literally like what she was saying. And I'm like, but that doesn't make any sense to me in my mind. That is not how it works at all. And I'm like, it's more beneficial to you in the long run if you just keep accepting the orders. You get more. It's like, and customers give you tips. And she was like, only 1% of customers give you tips. And I didn't even like soak that in. But if you look at my tips, 50% of my money is from tips. So I didn't even like think about that to even tell her that. But she's like so wrong about everything that she was saying, and her mentality was just completely wrong. And it was so negative. And I was just like, I couldn't even talk to her or tell her anything because she was being so negative and not listening to what I'm saying, and like turning it around on me. And so I was processing it, and I was thinking, like, she's working from her ego. So no matter what I say, she's gonna transform it to make herself look smarter than me, because she wants to be right and she wants to be smart. So her brain is telling her that she's not going to be, her ego's telling her, you're not wrong and you're right and you're smarter than her. So there's nothing that I could say to make her change her mind, because it's from her ego. And so it's like, you have to, if you don't soak in what people are telling you and really think about it and see, like, where are my thoughts coming from? Is that my ego talking to like try to be smarter than other people? Because if I was to open my app and show her like how much money I made and how like well I'm doing and how many tips I'm getting, if she would have been more open-minded and actually wanted to know like how I'm doing and what's working for me, she would see the difference between her and me. She would see how productive and how much money I'm making and how well I'm doing. And she would listen and learn. But when you don't want to listen and learn and you just want to be ego driven, like you know more than somebody else and you don't really know them and know like what they're doing and how they're doing it and what their mindset is and what their education is and how they think this way and why they think this way, and like, and God is on my side when I'm thinking positive. Positivity is manifesting into huge customer tip, because I said you could get customer tips too, and like you get more orders and you get better orders, and in the long run it works out for you because there's just so much, you know, you get like more orders and better orders and bigger orders and more you get priority, and you get to work wherever you want, whenever you want. Like there's like literally like so many benefits to just accepting every single order. Of course, the company DoorDash is going to want to profit as much as they can off of the people that are accepting all the orders. They want people to accept all the orders. So they're going to make it beneficial to you to do that. They're not dumb. They're not gonna have people, they don't want people to not accept the orders and not do the deliveries and pick and choose. That's not who they want to be their drivers. And the customer doesn't want that either. Like, they're not gonna, DoorDash is not, and companies like huge companies are not going to do things to make you fail and make them fail. It's like, I'm a business person. I have a degree in business. Like, so who are you and what is your background? Who are you that I'm talking to? And I don't even know why it frustrates me so much. I think it's because people don't want to listen to me. And it's like, but I can't blame them either, like, because they don't know me. And I don't, like, who would know me? unless they really knew me. And not everybody can know me. Not everybody can be around, you can't show everybody your background and what you've been through. Sometimes you can tell people like, oh, I've been in the military, so then they know like what the military is all about and they can respect you and listen to you. Or if you say you have a Harvard degree or whatever, you know. But somebody like me, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know at all. God will show you who I am. But in the meantime, I just go along with my everyday life. Sorry if there's noise. I'm just trying to get things together. So I work on my own accord, and what's me and, you know, it's God's plan. God has the plan. I'm just the vessel. So I just do what God tells me to do. And do my job to the best that I can. Just be my best self and listen to my intuition and do what I have to do and keep the big goal at the end is world peace and my humanitarian efforts and this whole movement, this earth healer movement. And God will show you who I am. God will put the things in my path to make me succeed and grow and elevate and be that person for you guys. That leader that you need me to be. God is setting it all up. God is setting up the table. And I'm hearing feast and hearing like Thanksgiving feast. We will all be feasting on the harvest at the end. That's what it's all about. not to get discouraged, that those are the people out there that you need to help and that need to hear this advice and need to understand what the mission is. How to succeed is the positivity. You don't be negative. Don't be like that woman, and don't be negative and pessimistic and cynical, and don't overthink things. When you have faith and belief in God, you don't need to worry or stress or manipulate the system, or you learn things and grow. Be mindful, be discerning about who you're listening to and what you're thinking about, and where is that coming from. Is that coming from a place of ego that you just want to be right all the time and you don't want to listen to other people and what they have to say? And the proof is in the pudding. So if I'm successful, we're all successful. And God will show everybody that. So I'll talk to you guys later.